Hey everyone, it's Catherine with Mom Talk Educate. I am back today to discuss what to include in your newborn contract. Now, this is something that a lot of photographers don't think is necessary. However, if you want to be a legitimate business and protect yourself, this is absolutely crucial. So I am just going to read through what my contract says, and you can take notes and write down as much as you can and then type it out yourself. I'm also going to show you quickly on my phone what it looks like when I input it into JOTFORM. Now, JOTFORM is a free platform to make contracts with, and you're allowed to make up to 5 free forms. And so I use this for my contract. It's quick. People can fill it out on their phones or whatever device they have with them. And you can email it, you can text the link, you can do so many different things. So I'm just going to show you or tell you what my contract says. Okay, so contract time. Okay, so at the beginning of the contract at the top, I have it say, please fill in the following information and read the entire agreement carefully. Once completed, please e-sign the agreement and check the box stating that you have read and agreed to the terms of this photography contract. Please print a copy of this contract for your records. So that's what the top blurb says. Okay, so as you'll see when I show you what it looks like on JOTFORM, you're going to see that there's sections where they can input their name, phone number, address, etc. Okay, and then I also have a section where it says, please choose your session package. So I have this there because, and oftentimes some people will choose the wrong package because they're not paying attention. So it's not like a huge deal for me whether they pick the correct one or not. However, you should get them to pick the correct package, but sometimes they don't realize and they pick the wrong one. But anyways, I like to have that in there because then I can just make sure that if I wasn't totally, like if I forgot which package they had chosen for whatever reason, I don't know why I would forget, I have it in the contract. So then I can always look back to that if I need it. Okay, and then I also have a little box that says include additional information and or requests here. So if they have something that they specifically want for their session, they can put that in the contract. And then if they don't put anything in the contract, then I don't have to worry about if they came back and said, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Well, they had the opportunity to put that in their contract and they didn't. Second of all, I always go over this with clients while they're here for their session. I say, is there anything that you want me to do for you before we finish for the day? And then if they say, no, we're good, then I don't worry about it. But usually if a client has something that they really want done for the session, they're usually pretty vocal about that before they even come in with you. So it's not always, a huge deal if you forget to ask them, but you should try to get in the habit of asking. Okay, now I have a new section in my contract called online image sharing. Now the reason why I've had to put this in my contract is because I've had probably 50% of my clients come in and they don't want anything on social media. A lot of people don't realize that a newborn to another newborn, nobody can tell whose baby it is. So I try to write this because I want people to realize that, yes, you know your newborn, but if you want your baby to be anonymous, nobody would even know, oh, I think that's so-and-so's baby. Nobody would even know. But it's just something, food for thought. So I write with the digital society we live in, so many are more concerned on the privacy and well-being of their children. I completely respect and honor the privacy wishes of my clients. However, I do completely depend on booking future clients by sharing with them the images and blogs of my previous sessions. If online sharing does not bother you, please let me know below by clicking on the Share All button. If you are 100% against online sharing, please click the 100% Zero Online Sharing button. If you are willing to allow anonymous posts of your newborn's images only, please know that I do not share names of newborns nor details of who the baby is. Most strangers would not be able to identify a random newborn image. If this is what you are comfortable with, then please click the baby only online button. Also, if you are comfortable with your spouses or other children or part of your family being shown online, but not yourself, please note that in the other box. As a thank you to those that share their images online, I would like to gift you 2 additional fully retouched images of your choice from the proof gallery that will be provided. This gift is an addition to your purchase package. So I have that clearly indicated that they will be gifted 2 additional images from the proof gallery to be fully retouched if they allow me any kind of images to be shared online. If they don't allow me anything online, they don't get those 2 extra pictures. Okay, and then I have a section that says, please fill out the following newborn birth information if it applies. I ask for the newborn date of birth, newborn full name, newborn weight and birth time, newborn measurements, mother and father's first name. And the only reason I ask for that is because A, the baby's information is on the contract now, so that they can't later on come back and say, oh, this contract was for my other child, not this child. So this way you're covered. You've got everything on there. I also request it because sometimes I'll do a birth announcement for a parent, and I already have all the information, so I don't have to hound them. Oh, do you have the inches? Oh, do you have the birth weight? Oh, what was the day they were born, etc. Okay, so for the next section, it's terms and conditions. So this is a mouthful, so I apologize in advance. I'm going to read it quickly. This is great for you to pause the video after each number so that you can write it down and type it out yourself. Okay. 1. Under terms and conditions. It is understood that Raindrop Photography is the exclusive official photographer retained to perform the photographic services requested on this contract. 2. No part of any order will be delivered until the balance is paid in full. 3. The studio photographer reserves the right to use the images created under this contract for advertising, display, publication, or other purposes. The client signing this contract warrants that he or she has actual authority to agree to the use of the likeness of all persons included in the portrait in this manner, and shall indemnify and defend the studio photographer in the event of litigation arising out of such use. 4. All images created by Raindrop Photography, including negatives, digital files, and previews, remain the exclusive property of Raindrop Photography. So that's kind of a little bit of a repetition, but I feel like repetition is better than not enough. 5. Upon signature, Raindrop Photography shall reserve the time and date agreed upon. Unless the studio is able to fully replace the canceled reservation, all sitting fees and deposits are non-refundable, even if the portrait is rescheduled or canceled for any reason other than inclement weather. If, in the opinion of the photographer, inclement weather or other adverse conditions prevent the creation of a portrait meeting the artistic standards of Raindrop Photography, the photographer may elect to use an alternate location or to reschedule the portrait session. 7. If the studio/photographer cannot perform this contract due to fire or other casualty, strike, act of God, or other cause beyond the control of the parties, or due to photographer's illness or emergency, the photographer shall return any deposit or sitting fee to the client, but shall have no further liability with respect to the contract. This limitation on liability shall also apply in the event that photographic materials are damaged in processing, lost through camera or media malfunctions, lost in the mail, or otherwise lost or damaged without fault on the part of the photographer. In the event the studio or photographer fails to perform for any reason, the studio or photographer shall not be liable for any amount in excess of the retail value of the client's order. 8. Client is aware that the quality of the end result print of the digital files delivered is not under the control of the studio/photographer, and frees the photographer from any liability for any claims whatsoever based upon discoloration in the end result prints. Raindrop Photography is not responsible for the quality of services provided by its business partners or any third-party sources. So this is really important because what you give them in your digital product, you have no control where they print. If they print at Walmart, Costco, whatever, the colors could be green, they could be magenta, they could be whatever, because each of those labs does a color correction. They will not give them an accurate print. So you have to explain that to your clients, that you can recommend certain places or they can print through you. However, if they print anywhere, you're not liable for what the colors look like or what the prints look like. That's up to them. The changes in this contract are based on Raindrop Photography's standard price list. This price list is adjusted periodically, and future orders shall be charged at the prices in effect at the time of when the order is placed. Okay, number 11, notice of copyright. It is illegal to redistribute these photographs for profit or use other than private consumption without Raindrop Photography's permission. Violators of this federal law will be subject to its civil and criminal penalties. 11. This contract incorporates the entire understanding of the parties. Any modification of this contract must be in writing and signed by both parties. 12. All digital files will be kept on Raindrop Photography's hard drive for no longer than 90 days. After 90 days, all digital files will be deleted. So I am not a stickler for this. I tend to keep all of my sessions usually on hard drives. Sometimes I'll delete the RAWs, but I'll usually keep the edited images just in case, something happens and my client loses their pictures. However, I would charge them a reloading fee of $25 because I live in the middle of nowhere and I actually have to drive into another city to be able to upload pictures quickly, depending on how large their gallery is. And so it could take me hours of my time to upload a gallery. So it's just what I do. All sessions and packages are subject to a minimum print digital order. The persons named in this contract are aware of the minimum requirements and agree to the terms and conditions as outlined by the photographer. So I feel like your client should be aware that they are purchasing a certain package specifically for their session. And so you would definitely want to go over all the prices and everything like that before you have them sign this package because they need to know what they're buying. Okay. 14. Raindrop Photography has designed the photography packages to be broken down into 2 payments. First is the booking deposit and then final balance due day of session. No digital files or edited images will be released until the final balance has been paid. All prints and/or products are 100% non-refundable. Only damaged items due to shipping will be reviewed for replacement. All prints and/or products are final sale. 16. Images are not to be edited or altered in any way. This includes cropping and/or conversions to black and white. 17. I'm talking a lot. Okay. Raindrop Photography hand edits each of your images in a way that is reflective of the personal creative style of the photographer. Minor blemishes are edited to maintain quality image. However, additional editing of objects in photos that are in the client's control, such as runny nose, stains on clothing, flyaway hair, dry flaky skin, etc., are not included in the session fee. Additional editing to be removed unwanted objects, items will be subject to an additional charge of $50 per image. Clients are encouraged to pay attention to the little details so that everyone is looking their best. 18. All images created by the photographer, Raindrop Photography, remain the exclusive property of Raindrop Photography. I have said that probably 3 times in this contract. I don't know why I like to go over it so much, but apparently I do. Number 19. Raindrop Photography provides packages for the clients to choose from. Each package includes a limited number of fully retouched images. If a client wishes to upgrade to a larger number of images, they are welcome to pay the upgrade fee to the package of their choosing. If only a handful of additional images wish to be ordered, prices may be quoted at that time. Each package includes a certain amount of edits. This refers to fully retouched digital images. Proof galleries provided by the photographer to the client are a convenience offer to the client only. Proof galleries are not being given to the client. Proof galleries are providing the client with full options in selecting their final choices of images to be fully retouched. I have now added that into my contract for the last few months because of that crazy client I had. Because now, I had her sign a contract before, but this way it's like black and white. There's no confusion. Number 20. Each Newborn packages provides a minimum amount of setups. A setup means, but is not limited to a single pose, prop, or backdrop. Each pose is considered a different setup, regardless of whether the fabric has been changed or not. The amount of setups includes during your session will include the minimum amount listed in your package, but could increase depending on the temperament of your newborn and is up to the discretion of the photographer. So on my packages, I do state 2 setups, 7 setups, 10 setups, whatever. That just means a pose. So if I do 3 poses on one fabric, that's considered 3 setups. Because I might add a bonnet in on the second pose and I might add a wrap in on the third pose. So they're different, even though they aren't different. They're different. We know they're different. Okay? So I have now added company policies because I feel like some people just don't understand basic stuff. So I've had to break it down so that there's no guesswork. So now I have a section that says company policies under terms and agreement, terms and conditions or whatever. What did it say? Under terms and conditions. And then I did those 20 items, and now I have company policies. Okay, bullet point 1. Raindrop photography does not release raw, unedited images. Bullet point number 2. Raindrop photography does not sell raw, unedited images. Bullet point number 3. Raindrop photography provides a proof gallery for the convenience of the client to finalize their selection in images for full retouching. Bullet point number 4. No images will be posted online via a sneak peek or any other platform without receiving a full payment. And now I have a little blurb that says, I have read and understand this agreement, including the terms and conditions and company policies, and agree to be bound by them. And then they click a button that says agree, and then they sign in the digital signature box. And then below it says photographer Catherine Barretto. And then it says client name, date. And then it says, please save and or print a copy of this contract for your records, then submit the form. If you have questions pertaining to the terms of this contract or have difficulty downloading, filling in information, or submitting the form, please contact me by email, text, or phone. And then I have, thank you, Catherine Barretto, Raindrop Photography, and then I have my phone number, and then I have my email address. And then there's a submit button, and then there's a print form button. So I really hope that this helps. You're probably going to have to pause the video and repeat it several times because I know I talked quickly, but if I didn't talk quickly, this would be a 45-minute long video. So I'm just going to show you the digital JOTFORM, and you're going to be able to see. I scroll through it quickly, so don't get upset with me, but you know, I just have to. So anyways, I hope that this helped all of you new beginners about wondering what you need to put in your contract, and try to reword it. You know, I don't have the best grammar, so I am actually considering getting a lawyer to write me up a very detailed contract in the near future. I'm thinking about doing that. But for the time being, this is what I'm using, and it's served me well. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any other requests for videos, and don't forget to join my Facebook group, MomTog Educate. There's so many new beginner photographers that have joined the group. Everyone's a little bit quiet and shy still, but I really encourage everyone to join in, participate as much as you can, try to post as many pictures as you can in the group, asking for constructive criticism. I think that's the best way to learn, is to post and get advice from others that have been doing it a lot longer in the industry. And I know that it's really scary to do that because you put your heart and soul into every single image that you produce, but this is the best way for you to learn, and this is the best way for you to improve. So I really can't thank you enough for joining me in on this video, and I can't wait to share with you some more tutorials in the near future. I believe it'll probably be around August that I'll be posting some more tutorial videos because I am swamped with newborn sessions right now. Thanks so much for joining in, you guys. Don't forget to hit the little subscription notification bell and subscribe to the MomTog Educate YouTube channel. Take care. So as you can see, I'm going to scroll through this quite quickly, but this is just going to give you an idea of what the contract looks like on JOTFORM. So this is clearly being viewed on a cell phone, an iPhone. So depending on what screen you're looking at, it will be wider. So if you're on a laptop or whatever. But as you can see, scrolling to the bottom, there's the button Submit and Print Form. So I'm just going to let this roll through one more time just because I know it was quickly and fast. So anyways, I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a comment or hit the thumbs up button, and let me know if you have any issues. But JOTFORM is awesome, and I highly recommend that platform.